Gremlin Graphics, founded in Sheffield in 1983 by Ian Stewart, is part of Sheffield's video game heritage. As part of this year's incredibly successful festival at Magna, the Games Britannia game design competition was based around their 1980s Monty Mole game. The Monty Mole competition culminated in a games jam. 8 lucky winning teams had the chance to work with a team of programmers, musicians and artists from Sheffield Hallam University to produce a working game. This was judged by the former Gremlin Graphics team.
Primary school who have won the best game. It was very impressive.
Beck. Love the characters, love the clouds. Brilliant. Well done.
For me, it's a fantastic chance to show kids that mathematics has an application and that they can use the skills and knowledge they learn in school and their maths lessons to help create, interesting, engaging games.
Do some trigonometry to plot points on a graph to make a sine graph to show how acceleration and speed works when designing a game.
They've been using a programming language called C++ to create a little demo where they fly a rocket around the screen.
And what this event has provided us has really helped them to gain a better understanding of where it all starts from and where it all begins from.
I think the pie is really exciting because it reminds me of being a young boy and being able to get inside a computer, what's it made of, and I can create stuff for it, I can do things, I can plug bits in and I can see how it's made.
To create their name in 3D text and how to animate that, and as well we rendered that as a video, and so they got to understand, and materials, they got to understand matte materials versus shiny materials, how you can get reflective surfaces and what it is to apply them and how they react with light in the scene.
We've been making a bouncing ball. It was really hard at first, but then once you know how to do it, it's easier.
We did a simple physics workshop where we did kind of Newtonian mechanics, though they wouldn't have known that they were doing Newtonian mechanics. We never said coefficient of restitution or, Newton's second law, but that is what they were doing. So we made a ball, and then we made the ball go up, and then the ball kept going up because there was no gravity, and they identified that we needed to introduce gravity. Then we implemented gravity, and then things were going through the floor, so then we had to implement a bouncing system so that when things hit the floor they bounce back up again. Basic kind of visual things that could give them a very quick payback on changing something in the code and then instantly seeing the impact it had on the output.
There's 3 or 4 who have got the bug for it, and I'm pretty confident we'll go off and find packages like this and get into programming and try working upwards a little bit more themselves.
We wanted to pull together a bunch of kids, put them into groups and get each of them to make a game from end to end. So they would concept a game, come up with the idea, come up with the story, come up with the targets to happen within the story, and then put it together in an editor and make a game that they could push online.
And was just to do with getting across some of the basic principles of computer science and information theory, but through physical games and concepts that can be applied to the real world. So we were playing games, that did a sort of a simple sort of sort, loop and test to show how a computer can manage information in small packets. Fast time then, so we can get this program working properly. 14, yes.
We've been making music for a game, and we're going to put it onto the game, and it creates the mood of the game.
It feels more jittery. Somebody said jittery before. It feels more like that. So basically the students have written a piece of music that we have put in a game and tested for them very, very, very briefly.
And today we're doing some prototyping work using Little Big Planet as a tool set to try and get the kids to find out all about iterating ideas and how the design process goes from like a basic idea to solve a problem, and how people can kind of work together to come up with a solution that's kind of creative and works the best.
It's quite difficult because the wheels keep falling off the car.
So often you'll find yourself sitting in a situation where you think everybody else knows exactly what they're doing and it's only me. It's not true. Everybody else is winging it as well.
You can't do everything right first time. So if you do something and it's wrong, that's a good thing because it means you're one step closer to being right.
The 11-year-olds I've got along with me this afternoon, they pick up their PlayStation pad, they put their game in, and they don't think about where it's come from. They have no concept in what's actually gone on in the build-up to them playing of the game. And an afternoon like this is a brilliant way to completely show them the whole industry.
I've always said it's a spark that will light a fire to inspire children, teachers, parents to realise what fantastic opportunities games and technology offer in the 21st century. And this stuff's not going to go away, and I think we need to provide inspiration for young people to get into English and to get into maths and to understand why they should spend their time doing it and really get a zest for learning and creative learning.
There's an IT skills shortage at the moment. There are games companies across the country who cannot take on work from abroad because they can't find enough coders to fulfill the roles that they need to. So we need to be encouraging girls, boys, everybody to take computer gaming more seriously.
Well, we obviously want to encourage kids to believe that the games industry is accessible to them. Anyone can go for it and it's on their doorstep. It's not necessarily a Hollywood thing on the other side of the world that they go that is inaccessible. It's very accessible. If they structure their time at school sensibly, then it's completely attainable to them.
So it's really great to have been a part of this workshop, and Games Britannia it's kind of unique to be able to get all these different industry partners together under one roof, offering such a variety of workshops to young people around the gaming industry and games in general. And it's not just about coming together and, yeah, great, we can play lots of games in one space. It's about learning how these people work, what they do for a living, the different career options that could be available for people. And it's all about excitement and having fun and learning at the same time, and how the games industry is really key to like people's learning maths and English and engineering and physics and science and all these kind of things, that if they can all be applied to this industry in a really creative and fun way.
We love, we hate, we